Cognizant to the needs of our learners, parents, and teachers, the Department of Education provided us with powerful tools for productivity that will allow us to foster critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, communication and collaboration skills to be compassionate, responsible global citizens. Join us and discover new ideas in our series of professional development training program with the ICTS EdTech Unit and Microsoft Education Philippines. Together, we will equip our learners and empower our fellow educators for a dynamic future. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad. Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which we will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gap where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind, see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tutor Rodman. Hey there, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another ETUlay episode of Contact Center Services. And we're here on the very first, actually, it's not the very first, it's actually the last ETUlay session tutorial for our first quarter.
Quarter
And I'm so
one.
grateful that I have you, Tutor Rodman, from the beginning of this ETUlay session. And I'm also happy to have our viewers who keep on supporting and watching our ETUlay sessions for contact center services for grade 10 students.
Yes. Okay, so once again, guys, I am your tutor Rodman, your tall, dark, and never mind from SDO Bataan. Yeah.
I
Of
really
course,
like that,
Yeah.
introduction of yours. And
Yeah.
of course, Tutor Rodman introduced himself. I would like to introduce myself as well.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm Tutor T. I'm from DepEd Cavite Province. And
Yeah.
I'm just happy to have our viewers right now. See Virginia Villar, Althea
Yeah.
Nunez Soliman.
Soliman,
Yeah.
Deo Lem,
Mm-hmm.
Eliza Blanc Lecamos, and Richard
Yeah.
Antilla, and also Janine Garbila from Eusebio High School. Okay,
Yeah.
11 years. Welcome to our session. So another Friday, another ETUlay learning. Right, Sir T?
Yes, and speaking of Friday, you can catch us up every Friday from 1:40 until 2:20 p.m. And we
Yeah.
wish to have you every week for as much as we want. Gusto namin
Mhm.
makasama kayo palagi. All right,
Yeah.
so without further ado, let's get right into our discussion for today.
Yeah. And our lesson for today is all about another topic, no, about communicate effectively in English, and we're going to discuss phonemes.
Yan, phonemes. So medyo,
Yeah.
ako personally, I've struggled with this when I was learning English language. And still, sometimes having hard time with the right pronunciation here
Yeah.
and there. But the purpose of this ETUlay session is for us share you the things that we know. And at the same time, for
Yeah.
you guys to learn the things that we know. And at the same time, lead you doon sa direction kung saan you'll grow and you'll
Yeah.
improve your English communication skills for you to be an effective contact center employee in the future.
Yes, that's right. And for our objective, sir, Sir T,
Yan. Our
use English
objectives.
language. Yeah. I read it for you, sir. Use English language deploying oral, written, listening, and grammar skills.
Ayan. So dalawa po yung objective natin this afternoon. And because dalawa yung objective natin, I actually invited someone who I know to be an expert in this subject matter. He actually graduated abroad from Brigham Young University. That's how great
Wow.
this person is. Is one of my best friends, one of my mentor, and one of our co-ETUlay tutor here on DepEd ETUlay, and also one of the DepEd TV teacher broadcaster. I think he is one of the best teacher broadcasters out there. And
Mm-hmm.
we are so grateful that he graced us this opportunity to be with him and help us out with this topic that we are going to discuss. And
Yeah.
finally, we'd like to introduce him to you, to the Rodman. Who is it? Our guest for today.
Yeah. Tutor Kit.
Yan, Tutor Kit, welcome to our
Welcome to
ETUlay
our
session.
yeah.
There you go, Tutor Kit. How
All
are
the way
you?
from
Hello Tutor
Hawaii.
T and hello Tutor Rodman.
Yeah.
Nalula naman ako dun sa ano sa introduction. I don't think I'm not that much of an expert, but I'll try my best to help you and our students today who are watching.
Yeah, I just wanted them to know that I really look up to you. You're one of the best out there, and I
Uh,
just want them to
Yeah.
be excited because we are here to give them but the best in this session.
I'll try my best to give them
The,
the
the
best.
real the real handsome, right? I am tall, dark, and never mind, but Tutor Kit is really handsome.
Yeah, I'm just tall and dark.
Tall and dark.
Yes.
Ayan, I'm so excited. So let's get right in. So ito yung isang dahilan bakit in-invite ko si Tutor Kit here. Why we invite Tutor Odman and I uh, have teacher Kit right now here is because he would share us important tips or effective tips actually about listening skills, because listening skills is going to pave the way for all of us and for you guys to really learn all of the upcoming sessions here on contact center services. Okay, so listening skills. So why is hearing not enough? Why do we need to listen? Ayan. So I'd like to ask that question to both of my co-ETUlay tutors. But first, we'd like to ask Tutor Rodman, and then later on, Tutor Kit would give his 2 cents.
Yeah. So, why do we need to listen? We all know that listening is the key to all effective communication, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
it is really important, yung listening. So, without the ability to listen effectively, of course, messages are easily misunderstood,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Great. Yeah. How about Tutor Kit?
I think I agree with Tutor Rodman that listening is an important part of communication. Without listening, actually, there will be no feedback, there will be no understanding, so there will be no comprehension. No. So
Yeah.
to be able to communicate effectively, you as a person uh, what calls should know how to listen
Yeah.
effectively. Kasi pag sa inisip ko na hearing lang, remember when
It's
you
not
were
enough.
kids? No, when you were kids, so sa pinagsabihan ka ng magulang mo pero parang baliwala lang sa'yo.
Yeah.
Pasok dito, labas sa ano. So that's just hearing. When you
Mm-hmm.
listen, you have the intention to really understand. Yun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ayan. So those are the important things that we need to apply, not just in our subject but also in our real lives, right? In our day-to-day living. And for this subject, we would listen, we would exercise or practice this skill for us to be able to do these things, these 5 things right here. That I sorry, 4 things right here that we have written down. Ayan. So yung una, Tudor Rodman.
Yeah, we listen to gather information. Number two, we listen to understand others. Three, we listen to be entertained. And four, we listen to learn.
'Di ba? So
Yeah.
I like the third one eh. We listen to be entertained. I think that's one of the most selfish and rewarding uh part of listening when you are entertained by just listening. And can we act I think we can do that with all of the opportunity that will be given to listen or to hear from other people. Have you ever had a time to be entertained while listening to somebody, not just from a song? Seryoso ba yan? Ayan.
Yes, yes, of course. No?
Ngayon, hingin natin yung ito yung sinabi ko talaga kay Tutor Kit. Tutor Kit, we need your tips here on how everyone, including our tutees and our viewers right now, would improve their listening skills. Okay? So what I did here is that I'm actually gonna type in Tutor Kit's tip because I want it to be a surprise. Like surprise din sa akin and also surprise tip sa ating mga learners as well. Okay, Tutor Kit, it's your time to give us your best tips on listening.
Okay, thank you so much, Tutor T and Tutor Rodman. So these listening tips are kind of like just based from my own experience and what I feel like that works really for me, uh, and it will work for you too if you try and apply it. Yeah. So my first tip on listening is first to listen with the intent to understand. Okay. So when you say intent, no, uh, meaning you listen with a purpose. Yung gusto mo talagang makinig because you want to understand someone or something. No, so you would hold everything that you believe in and just try to listen to understand. No, so I think it was Jordan Peterson who said that there's always something that you can learn from someone else. No,
Exactly.
so if you have this mindset that you will learn something new by listening, then you will most likely learn something new and probably valuable.
Hmm.
Uh,
That's right.
my next tip is to, when you're listening, you need to stop thinking about what to respond. So stop thinking about what to respond. No? So di ba kapag usually nakikinig tayo, we are already thinking kung ano yung sasabihin natin pabalik. No?
Yeah,
Well, that's okay, but
that's like me.
yeah, but most of the time when we do that, we actually missed yung
Mm,
entirety ng message, no? So it kind of blocks a complete understanding sa kung ano yung gustong sabihin sa'yo ng tao nagsasalita.
yeah,
So, yeah. So, my advice is when you listen, wag mo muna isipin yung kung ano yung sasagot mo sa kanya. Just listen. Just uh, intently listen and try to understand that person. No. Uh, next is watch out for paralanguage and nonverbal cues. No? So watch out for paralanguage and nonverbal cues. So medyo ano ito, no? When you say paralanguage, ito yung mga nuances kapag nagsasalita yung isang tao. For example, uh, when when you're angry, your what do you call this? Your voice usually goes higher and
Higher.
louder, right?
yeah,
So the
yeah,
volume, the pitch, your intonation tells something about the status of the speaker. Parang ganon. The same thing with nonverbal language, no? Gestures, facial expressions, parang ganon, no? Sa inyo ba, Tutor T and Tutor Rodman, how does paralanguage and nonverbal cues help you understand the speaker.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sir G.
Paralanguage. Um, that's actually, I feel like I'm really good at that, because in that way I can discern somebody's feeling, and I'm able to give them what they need, even them without asking it, without verbalizing what they need. For example, I see someone who's feeling agitated before an event. I mean, feeling nervous, but somebody wouldn't tell you that he is nervous, but you can see it um, sometimes by the way he responds, the way he speaks, the way he, like, the voice kind of low sometimes. You feel that there is um, lack of confidence sometimes for somebody, and for that someone, I usually, what I do is I approach that someone and try to comfort, give him some tips, some things that he can do with his body that can actually command confidence. For example, um, I would tell him that whenever I feel like nervous, I would stand straight and make sure that I occupy as much space as possible. Like I put my feet wide apart from each other, so that I occupy more space and I maintain the balance, something like that. And in our call center job, for example, we cannot see the other person on the other end of the line, but what we can see there are those paralanguage thing that Tudor Kit just said, that you can recognize what the other person's feeling by the way, the tone of voice, the volume,
Yeah,
the pitch, and whatnot, right?
yeah, very well said. Candidate number one. Just joking. Okay, so of course, no, we must be, we must be sensitive, right,
Mhm.
about the feelings of other people for us to understand even they're not speaking. Diba? Kahit hindi sila nagsasalita, pero nakikita natin yung mga tinatawag na non-verbal cues, right? So, ang gagawin na natin, dapat be sensitive.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Those were great answers, very insightful.
thank
So I
you.
have I have two more. So the fourth one is when you're listening, you need to show sincere interest. You know? So
Yeah,
while you're listening, uh, you need to listen intently, and it needs to show in how you respond and how you look and your gestures too. If you're seeing the speaker, if you're seeing each other, pwede mong i-mirror yung mga non-verbal ano niya, language niya, and it will show that you are listening
Mhm.
to him intently. You can also like nod like this kung nakikita kayong dalawa, or you can say affirmation grunts like mm-hmm, something like that. Kapag sa phone, pwede kayo mhm, yes,
mm,
yes,
yeah,
gano'n, gano'n, no? Just
Oh,
to make sure na ina-assure mo siya that you are
mm,
listening intently and you're
yeah,
following his train of thought. And the last one is to ask questions if you want like further information or if you want to clarify something. So it
mhm.
means na gusto mo talaga ano interesado ka talaga sa kanyang sasabihin because and it shows when you ask sincere questions because you want to know more. It's very stimulating for the speaker.
Yeah,
So hindi lang to ano no applicable sa contacts contact center services. Kaya sa mga relationships nyo,
yeah.
this will also help.
yeah. All right. So, are those the 5 tips, Tudor Kit? So we have
Yes.
number one. It's from Teacher Kit
Yeah,
himself. You can quote Teacher Kit with these tips, for these tips. Number
yeah,
one, listen with the intent to understand. That's
yeah.
pretty wise advice, actually. And number two, stop thinking about what to respond. I
Respond.
always fall into this trap of, sometimes you wanted to comfort someone let's say, for example, my wife sometimes she would say a lot of things, a lot of experiences, and
Mhm.
what I tend to do sometimes is to respond right away, and she would even tell me that she isn't done speaking yet, and I don't
Mm.
understand what she's trying to say, and my advice kind of off with what she means, right? Because I
Yeah.
didn't uh, practice this one. I'm thinking what to respond while somebody's speaking,
Yeah,
right?
sometimes we don't need to respond or to say anything, but
Mm,
just listen, right?
just listen. Relationship goals, di ba? And
And
also,
number
for
three,
this, oh, number three, Tudor Rodman,
watch
alam ko
out
na-experience nyo 'to.
for
Na-experience din 'to ng
nonverbal.
ating mga co-teachers out there na nanonood, and na-experience na rin 'to ng ating mga, students 'no. Kapag may
Yeah.
classmate kayo na kinakabahan sa harapan mag-report, ano ba yung ginagawa natin, 'di ba? Nakikita natin kinakabahan, and then we send this, um, non-verbal cue to let them know that we're supporting them, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Sometimes kahit, nakikita natin nahirapan sila mag-speak, we nod. We show yung sabi nga ni Tutor Kit earlier, we show gestures of affirmation to somebody to support them when they're speaking in front of us para
Correct.
mabawasan yung kaba nila, 'di ba?
Right. And number four, no, show is sincere interest, right?
Mhm. May
Actually,
na-experience ka ba 'yan, Tutor Rodman, na somebody didn't show sincere interest. You're trying to speak something or say something, and somebody didn't on face value is listening to you or he's hearing what you're trying to say. Na-experience mo na ba 'yan sa mga anak mo, Tutor Rodman?
yeah. But still, di ba, dahil nga we are teachers, bawal sabihin na, o bawal magsabi ng hindi maganda. Yan,
Exactly, oo.
right?
We always respond with kindness pa rin 'no,
Mm-mm.
when somebody
Kasi
don't
we
somebody
need to encourage them, right? To motivate them.
mm. And last yung ask questions. So you guys, our viewers, our tutees, our co-teachers, you could list this down and put tutor kit under it. Tutor kit. All right. So today, tutor kit is also gonna help us with the phonemes because, like what I said earlier, I'm still struggling with this. Like I know how to speak English and pronounce words, but when you break those down into individual unit of speech or individual sounds, sometimes I have a hard time pronouncing them when they are not in a word or in a sentence. But Churikit is right here right now to help us out.
Yeah,
So what is phonemes muna? Sabi nga dito, phonemes are the smallest unit
smallest.
of speech. So for example, the word call. So
Call.
what do you notice with this word, Tudor Rodman, Tudor Kit? So if we're talking about phonemes here, it says here, di ba? It's the smallest unit of speech. What have you
Yeah.
noticed with this example?
Letter C, I pronounce as K, right? K,
Mm-hmm.
and then A, we pronounce O, right?
Mm-hmm.
And O. So we pronounce it call.
Call.
Am I correct?
Mm-hmm. And then one thing that we gotta remember is that in this example, you see that there are four letters, but are just three phonemes, right?
Yeah.
So ganun siya, no? So sa English word, unlike sa Tagalog, no, mapansin natin kung bakit nahihirapan tayo mag-pronounce bilang mga Pilipino. Iba, iba bigkasin yung letra sa English
English.
language
Yeah.
kaysa dun sa Tagalog language. Sa atin lahat ng letra binibigkas. Sa English, may mga letrang hindi binibigkas, may mga letrang inuumit, may mga letrang ine-emphasize, may mga letrang hindi ine-emphasize.
Yeah.
Tama ba, Tutor Kit?
Yes, that's actually true, Tutor T. So uh, when I what do you call this? When I think of phonemes, I think of sounds. No, so parang phone, diva. A
Yeah.
phone is actually what I call this, what the word for sound, right? So when you say phonemes, these are the individual what do you call this, consonant or vowel sounds. Kaya nung sinabi ni Tutor T saka Tutor Rodman na call, kahit four letters siya, merong tatlong sounds lang na consonant and vowels. Yung ka sound, o sound, saka sound. Now we put them together, those three phonemes, and we have call. So
Call.
yeah,
Galing, no? Mapansin niyo yung the way Tudor Kid pronounce it, it sounds different. Like it's paano ba
Uh-huh.
gaya natin? Paano Tudor Kid? Can you
it's
Sounds on.
maarte. Joke lang.
sige,
Yeah, it
can you
sounds
demonstrate to a small
native speaker.
Call, call.
call?
Call. But in
Call.
Filipino, it's call.
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 Okay, sa atin yan.
Yeah.
Call na lang, call. Oh. Pero pag nag-call center tayo, dapat magawa natin to the way Tudor
Yeah.
Kid pronounce it. Call. Call. Diba? Sige. This one. Ayan. Ito medyo mahirap to eh. Kasi ako as a Filipino myself, tayo lahat tayo Pinoy naman tayo no. Napag-aralan natin to sa school, the way we pronounce it in school, we pronounce it as man. The man
Man.
eat
It's
an
man.
apple, 'di ba? But your kid, can you share us the
Okay.
way you will pronounce that?
Yes. So if you notice, guys, that the what do you call this? So man is composed of three phonemes, right? The phoneme, and then the phoneme, and then the phoneme. Now, here's an interesting vowel. No, uh, it's an ae. So the sound actually lies between the a sound and the sound. So it's eh, man, man, man.
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 So it's man. So it's not man.
No, it
It's not
shouldn't be
men.
man. Oh,
So it's man,
man.
man, man.
It's a lot closer to the plural form men than
Yes,
the way we pronounce it like man.
yes,
It's a little
man.
bit closer to
Man.
man.
But there's still a distinction like man and men. So
Yeah,
man, men.
Man.
So there's a difference
Yeah.
there too.
yeah. The man is shorter. Man
Shorter.
is a bit longer, right?
Ako yan.
Yes,
Ako
yes.
Mayong
long.
hapon daw. Mayong hapon tanan, sabi ni Ma'am Maria Teresa Telia, may buting may bahay.
Wow.
Yan ang first step. Sabi niya, anong sabi ni Ma'am Teresa? Ang gagaling naman po. Ayan. Of course,
Thank
nandito
you.
si Tudor Kid. Ayan. So next, eto naman Tudor Kid. I know you have a lot to say about this topic.
Okay.
Voice.
Yes. So, just so you guys know, so when you say voiced, and then we have the counterpart unvoiced or voiceless, we are only talking about consonants here. No, consonants lang sila. So,
Yeah.
alisin muna natin yung a, e, i, o, u. So,
The
a, e, i, o,
vowels.
u. Yes, the vowels. So, now I want you guys to say the word voice. 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 Focus
Yes.
on the V sound at the very beginning. Now, hold your throat like this and say the word voice. Voice.
Voice.
Voice.
Voice.
Did you feel the vibration from your
Yeah,
throat?
feel it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Ibig sabihin nun, you are using your voice. Nag-vibrate kasi ang inyong vocal cords.
Mhm.
Yan. Kaya ang mga consonants na ito ay voiced kasi may vibration produced by your vocal cords.
Yeah.
Habang pinopronounce mo ang mga consonants na ito. So isa sa mga consonants na ito is the consonant V, no? V. Okay.
V.
So that will be our basis for determining if a consonant is voiced or unvoiced. It's voiced if there is a vibration. It is unvoiced kapag wala, no? Sige.
Ayan. Sabi ni Tudor Ersa, Tudor Kit, sabi niya, parang gusto ko na magpa-tutor one-on-one. Kay Tudor Kit.
Okay, Tudor Kid.
Okay, game po, Ma'am Ursa.
It's welcome daw. 1,000 pesos per hour. No, that's a joke. Tutor kit would give that for free just for tutors.
Yeah.
For us tutors, right? We're helping one another. Tama ba,
Yes.
tutor kids? For as much
Yes,
as
yes,
we
sir,
have
of
time.
course.
Okay, how about the opposite of that? Eto pala,
And
sabi pa
voice.
ni Tutor Maria Teresa, shoutout po kay President Juan
President.
Gutierrez and Mr. Ernest Tobias.
Yes. Okay. Now this one is the what do you call this? The opposite of voice. The unvoiced. For the unvoiced naman, we don't usually use our vocal cords. Or if we use them, napaka-minimal lang talaga. So for example, uh, once again, let's hold our throat and say the word pop,
Pop.
pop,
Pop.
pop. May
Pop.
vibration ba?
Parang merong konti.
Konti merong konti, no? So minimal lang siya.
Yeah,
Kumpara mo naman sa voice, di ba? Kung
Yeah,
voice.
unvoiced.
Yeah,
voice.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like there is an electricity flowing in my
Yes,
throat.
that's true. So that would be our indication if there's not much or not at all, no vibration in our in the throat, then that consonant is unvoiced. Just like the pus sound.
True.
Usually, ang nagpo-produce ng sound na ito is just our lips and the air
True.
from our lungs. So,
Yeah,
yes, puh, puh,
Pop. Same with
puh.
t. T.
That's true, Tutor Rodman. You know, so it's just some apparatus in our mouth and then just the air. So parang ganun lang siya. Okay, puh. Okay, ayan, ayan. Okay, so uh, in producing these consonant sounds, guys, correctly, we need to know how to use our vocal apparatus. So, just a quick, I don't know, quick overview. Our vocal apparatus is everything that we have here. No, it's our lips, no lips, our teeth,
Yeah.
our tongue, the roof of our mouth, and then our tooth ridge. No, so yung buong panga natin dito. Yan, yan. Kaya if you want to become better at pronouncing words, you can actually exercise and massage your
Yeah.
your jaw, and it will become like smoother. No, you. That's why singers tend to vocalize before they sing, para they can pronounce and they can use their apparatus well. Okay, so
sabi ni Tutor
right.
Ersa, Tutor Kit,
Yes.
nagbo-vocalization din ang mga doggies. Haha.
Oh, oh, actually, that's so funny.
Yeah. Aso namin mga yon.
Okay. So, uh, so Tutor T and Tutor Rodman, are you guys ready to practice our voiced and
Go.
unvoiced consonants?
Sure.
Yes, Tutor Kit.
Okay. So, ang gagawin natin is, Tutor T, you will be reading the unvoiced column, and then Tutor Rodman will be, what do you call this? Reading the voiced column. Okay, ready,
Okay.
tayo? Okay,
Okay,
Tutor T, can you read your column, please?
Pennsylvania and citizenship.
Okay, Tutor T, can you hold your throat while you're saying that one more time? Okay, good, go.
Pennsylvania, citizenship.
Okay, what did you notice? Did you notice anything?
Uh, when I pronounce the beginning of Pennsylvania, it doesn't have vibration. But along the way, when I reach to V, I feel vibration, a strong
Yes.
vibration in my throat.
Well, that's because V is a voiced consonant, right? And P is not. So
Yeah.
that's why you hear, no, you feel the vibration in V, but not on P. Okay, what about Tutor Rodman? Sa voice naman tayo.
Yeah. B. Baltimore. Baltimore. Yeah. Alabama. Alabama.
Alabama, yes,
Yeah,
Alabama.
Alabama. Subscribe.
Yes,
Subscribe.
subscribe. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Tutor Rodman, did you feel the vibration when you produce B?
Yes. I feel
Okay.
it.
Yes. That's
The
because, guys,
vibration.
yes, B is voiced. So they actually P and B actually have the same position of vocal apparatus. You just need to have both of your lips together and then the air. At i-try nyo, hindi nyo kayang i-pronounce ang P saka ang B without your lips together. No? Try nyo nga na i-pronounce ang P saka B without closing your lips.
Okay, okay. Let me go first. I
Go.
think it's gonna be funny. Yeah.
Well, Timor. Well,
Yes.
Timor.
So
Well,
hindi nyo
well.
kaya, hindi nyo kaya.
Impossible.
Okay, it's actually impossible. So it's just like this, guys. So P, Pennsylvania citizenship. No, so
Pennsylvania.
there's no vibration when we sound the P. But when you add voice to P, it becomes B. B,
Good.
Baltimore,
Baltimore.
Alabama,
Alabama.
subscribe. See,
Subscribe.
so that's the
Yeah.
difference between the unvoiced P and the voiced B. Okay, let's go
Wow.
to our next consonant.
River Kit for enlightening us about this. We have more. More
Yes, we
to
have
go.
more.
T.
Okay, so once again, T is under the unvoiced and D is under the voiced. So they have the same position there, guys. No, if you notice, our tongue here is at the top, of our mouth. No, it's at the ridge of our mouth, just closer to our teeth. Teeth.
Yeah.
So, Tutor T, can you uh, can you read our first column and then Tutor Rodman will read the next column.
Okay. Telephone. Today.
Yes. Okay.
That's
So
Two.
yes. Go ahead, Tutor Rodman.
Two. Advantage. Accepted.
Okay. Very good. So once again, guys, t t. See, no voice. Duh, duh, duh.
The.
So there's vibration. There's voice. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, the k and the g. Okay, Tutor T, the k, please.
country. Conversation. Bookmark.
Okay, and then Tutor Rodman.
Good. Again. Investigate.
Okay. So once again, guys, the k sound is unvoiced and the g sound is the voice. They have the same, what I call this, position in terms of apparatus. In this one, our tongue is a little at the back of our mouth, right? K,
Yeah.
k, g, g.
G.
So yes. Okay. Okay. Tutor T. Until we're until 2:20, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Until
Okay.
225. We can go until 225.
Okay. All right. Now the next phoneme, guys, is the ch sound. Ch sound. The ch sound. But when it's written using the International Phonetic Alphabet, it's the T and the kind of like a long F symbol like that. It's ch, ch. There's actually some kind of friction at the front of our mouth. For example, Tutor T, can you read the first column, please?
Long Beach. Approachable. Obituary.
Okay. So Long Beach, approachable. And then in the Philippines, we say obituary. What we call sometimes they say it also as obituary. So it's like
Obituary.
obituary.
Right.
So
Okay.
obituary. Instead of like four syllables, sometimes they make it like five. Obituary, something like that.
Yeah.
Now let's have the voiced version with Tudor Rodman.
Journal. Giant. Manager. Knowledge.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's yes, it's a journal, giant, manager,
Manager.
and knowledge. Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yes.
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
So there's
Knowledge.
voice there, right? So same position, just different like There's the unvoiced and the voiced. Next is the F sound, the F sound, and the V sound. Now, this one is concerns one of our lips, so it's the lower lip, and our teeth too. So for this one, you need to bite your lower lip just a little. So, Tutor
Okay,
T, can you read the first column, please?
sure. Fiji Island, sophisticated, sheriff.
Okay. Tutor Rodman.
Visit, cove, expensive.
Okay, very good. Now, just a little bit of like a tip for our students here. Guys, caution. If you don't give enough air for the F, it will become the P sound.
Please.
If you don't give enough air to the V, it will become the B sound. So that's
Yeah.
one of the common mistakes that a lot of Filipinos make. But it's still okay. But so F, so make sure you pronounce that really clearly. Put some air into it. Fiji, not
Fiji.
Fiji. Okay,
Okay.
and then visit, not visit. Okay, so add more voice to that.
Yeah. Cove.
Yes, and then the next one, the next consonant sounds are the S sound. S.
S.
Okay. If you can, you can do this
S.
with your tongue at the top of your mouth. S. S. With your mouth a little bit close. So S is the voiceless, and Z, the Z sound is the voiced. Tutor T, can you read the first column, and Tutor Rodman the second column, please?
Motorcycle, scale, speech.
Yes.
Zone. Scissors. Supervisors.
Okay, very good, supervisor. Yes, that's correct. And then the last one is the sh sound for the unvoiced and the sh sound for the voice. Okay, Tutor T, can you pronounce the second first column, then Tutor Rodman the second column?
So it shouldn't be Chicago. It shouldn't be Chicago, right?
Chicago.
Yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
Chicago. Yeah,
Chicago.
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 Conscient. Conscience.
Conscience. Yes.
Conscience. Okay.
Yes.
Conscience. Closure. Camouflage. Mirage. Am I
Okay.
correct?
Yes, what to call it? But sometimes people pronounce the j sound as the j, j.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
it's actually zh. So there's a little bit more air there. For example, closure, j,
Closure.
Closure.
j, closure,
Closure.
camouflage, and
Camouflage.
mirage,
Camouflage.
and
Mirage.
mirage. Okay.
Wow.
Mirage. Yeah.
Ayan, marami tayong
Yes.
tutunan.
I am learning.
Mirage. Yun pala yun. Hindi
Okay.
pala yung Mirage. Makita natin
Yes,
may
Mirage.
mirage.
pangalan, no? May sasakyan ganitong pangalan, Mirage. Mirage tayo ng Mirage. Yun pala,
Mirage.
Mirage.
Yeah.
Mirage. Ayan, no, may bago tayo natutunan, ha? Dapat, next time, pag nakita natin yung sasakyan na yun, hindi na Mirage. Hindi
That's
Mirage.
Mirage.
Galing.
Okay. So should I still continue Tutor T?
Last part dito.
Okay.
Okay, maybe this portion, I think we need to help our students really distinguish the difference between long vowels and short vowels. Just give them a few examples to the kid.
Okay. So now, guys, just to make it easier for you to remember, short vowel sounds require less air. So just kind of like that. Okay, it requires less air. While longer vowel sounds require what do you call this? More air when we produce them. So because we need to sustain a little bit of their sound. So if we read through the short vowel column, uh, you will actually notice how this works. For example, the short vowel kit, kit, it's very short. It's actually at the front of your mouth. Kit, kit. Yes. Next, dress, dress, dress. Yes. Then the A and E, the middle of A and E, trap, trap,
Yeah. Yeah.
trap,
Yeah.
trap. Okay. Okay. Trap. All right.
Sure.
It's actually just trap, but I just wanted you to distinguish the S sound. So that's why I made it longer. The next one is the between the A and the O. So it's lot,
A
lot,
lot.
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 Yes.
Lot.
Okay. The next one is the sound.
Uh,
Foot, foot,
Foot.
Foot.
foot. Yes,
Foot.
foot. Yes. Now, this one, the it looks like the accent. It's actually a very quick strut,
Uh,
strut, strut,
Strut.
strut. It's a very quick. It's very quick, and the emphasis is at it's at the very first syllable. Strut. Okay.
Strut.
Yes. Now, if the sound is in the second, third, or fourth syllables, and the emphasis is on the first syllable, so it kind of loses its emphasis. So we say bonus, bonus,
Bonus.
bonus, bonus. So it's not
Bonus.
that
Hindi bonus.
Yeah.
stressed. It's
Hindi
hindi siya
bonus.
bonus. Hindi siya bonus. Bonus.
Bonus. Okay.
Yes.
Bonus. Malapit na yan.
Yes. Okay. Tutor T, I think it's for 226. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do because it's 226. Thank you so much for reminding us, Tutor Kit. We enjoyed you here and we would like
Yeah.
to learn more about this. And our students, you could actually get these reading examples from your learning module. And the purpose of ETUlay tutorial is actually to give you the tutorial and the demonstration how to pronounce these vowels and the consonant sounds that we had just did that
Yes.
we just did earlier. Okay, and that's just it for today's episode. You can catch us up next Friday and also on DepEd ETUlay TV. So we're going to have DepEd ETUlay TV pretty soon. So catch us up to the Rodman and I for contact center services.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Tutor Kit. We
Ayan.
learned a lot.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank
Nice.
you.
And then see you around and stick around rather because there's gonna be more tutors coming up next.
Yeah. Tutor Tere and Tutor Grace. Thank you and God bless.
God bless, guys. Goodbye.
Bye bye. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tutor T and Tutor Kit.
Thank you.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ETUlayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!